Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms. And today, catching up from yesterday, I quit right at dark last night trying to get our long farm sprayed. I got most of it sprayed, I got 30 acres left, so I'm gonna load up with 30 acres of product. Actually probably 40 acres because I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna spray some of my farm, come back, load up with a Roundup load, because if you guys remember, I was spraying just residual products. So we spray a residual on worked ground where the main weed kill has been done with our tillage. Looks like the water's full, that's good. And then I'm gonna load up the Roundup load, go to Curtis's field, spray a load off on that, load up again, go to my field, spray a load off there, and then head down south. That's the goal. Let's get her going. First things first, check the sprayer over, make sure there's no leaks. Start it up, get it rolling, and then I can kind of transfer my stuff in and do all that fun jazz. Oils are back here, because on this sprayer, the engine's in the rear, which is nice in some aspects because it's really quiet in the cab, unlike a Deere sprayer. But other aspects, it kind of sucks. Good, because you really can't see your rear tires at all. And that really sucks when you're spraying corn that's emerged, and that when you run it over, you kill it. That's when it really sucks. Let this thing fire up. Load it up, we're rolling out. So we're basically going to that field right there that you can see. Kind of see on top of the boom. That's where we're going, but the problem is, I don't really want to drive through the beans to get there. It'd be much quicker, don't get me wrong. But I'd rather just take the extra 10 minutes and drive all the way around and not run over and damage potentially hundreds of dollars worth of beans if I would stunt their growths. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I usually am wrong. Let's just take out the could be. I'm probably wrong. I don't like hating on people, but they're trying to sell this piece of ground right here, 20 acres, basically a big old valley, not a spot under 10-degree slope at all, for $12,000 an acre, I want to say. That's a lot for a small 18-acre chunk. That's probably not that highly productive. I don't know, it's been for sale for about 6 months now, and I don't see anybody buying it at that price, especially with interest rates the way they are. I don't know, I could be wrong. Someone probably already bought it by now. But it's about probably a mile south of the farms that we farm. And it's very similar ground. Like if it was a part of an 80 or whatnot that adjoined to us, maybe. But still probably not for that price. Hey guys, I just want to take a quick moment and interrupt this video to talk about our sponsor, Ridge. And more specifically their product, Ridge Wallet. So this is a product that I've been using for the last probably 2 months now, and I love it. It has replaced my old big fat wallet. It makes it much sleeker, much easier for me to carry around. And it's just an all-around better product than really any wallet that I've had in a while. So with Father's Day coming up, guys, dads are very hard to get gifts for, my dad included. This wallet would make a very perfect gift because every dad loves efficiency and saving money, and you do both with this one. Hit this promo code right here to go get up to 40% off during this Father's Day sale, but you gotta act quick. So thanks again for Ridge for sponsoring this video. So with all these hills and stuff, my max spray speed is usually 15 mile an hour. That's about as much as I can do, because especially I'll start at 15 and I'll probably go down to about 12 to 11. But the reason why it's dropping is because the priority is to always keep your rate. As I've mentioned before, it doesn't really matter what speed you're going and whatnot. The biggest thing that you got to care about is that your prescribed and recipe amount of chemical gets evenly distributed on the ground, because if your rate, and that is done by your rate, or the amount of volume that you're putting out on the field. If your rate is off, then your entire chemistry is off. You don't want that. So that's why the machine will sacrifice engine RPM and ground speed to keep priority of hydraulics flows to your pump. Your pump can never lose its pressure or its rate control. Otherwise, that's when bad things happen. We're rolling along right now, just about got the long farm done. I got one more pass back, then I'll be done. And I'll have just enough product to head to my farm. Whoa, I really slowed down there. Man, that ground hasn't even been touched yet. I wonder what the heck's going on. Why that hasn't been planted or anything. On to my field, first time spraying my own ground, like I said, that I own. So this is our rented piece right now. and we've had massive drainage issues last year. 2 years ago, we had a phenomenal crop. One of the best that we've ever had on the farm, field average wise. Last year, it was about 40% of that. Pretty evident that we had some drainage issues, and this is a swamp, so don't get me wrong, it's a challenging place to farm, but we definitely had some drainage issues. Well, the landlord, he owns a drainage company. That's kind of why he bought it, because he knew it was a tough farm, and he's been, as you can see, putting a lot of pipe in and a lot of work into digging holes and trying to drain these wet spots. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. Hopefully we can get something figured out and we can get it worked and get it planted. For sure we're going to plant the west or the east 30-ish acres, but there's about 50 that's in a swamp. That can be good ground if it drains. So hopefully they can get that going. Hey, 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 I'm on my ground. Nice. Ooh, this might hurt. There's that tile that we put in, subsurface drainage right there. I'm heading back to that field because I have a worked ground recipe on me right now. I don't have a no-till recipe. That's all these fields right here are gonna get no-tilled. So I just gotta find a place to cross the ditch. Can't cross there, so I get swallowed. Looks like, oh no, Pat drove this way. I was like, I want to try and get some work done on the drainage ditch up there, because this waterway always sits wet. You can kind of see right there. Hey, hey, look at that. Would you look at that? That's a surprise. Huh, I did not know that was there. I walked right over top of that. So, here's the surprise. This is a tile drainage inlet. So, essentially, my farm drains all these farms up to the highway and probably even past that. So that's a lot of water that passes through. It would have to pass through this waterway, and it wouldn't work so well. So they put a piece of a tile inlet and a drainage ditch, or a drainage tile that goes all the way down there to that creek. I did not know they did that. Yeah, cool. They just came in here with the backhoe or dozer or something, and it's just a tile inlet. Pretty sweet, actually. Yeah, so after so many years, basically all this dirt and stuff came in here and just built up and eventually covered this up. You can kind of see only the top 2 inches were showing. I probably walked right over top of this, didn't even know it. That is funny. Pretty neat. So it's right next to the property line. Like, there's the fence of the property line. So I'm like 5 feet away from it. Cool, I'm gonna drop a pin for future reference. Sweet, looks like it's working, it's draining. Cool, I did not know this was here. And that is why I hate case booms. Look at that. Look how much you can sway back. Obviously, when it's pressurized, it doesn't sway near that much, but it's still at the tip, sways 10 feet forward and backward. That's how you screw waterways up. So I think, what do you guys think? I'm curious what you guys think we should do here. So, I like this berm, that's good. I'd like to build it up even more, seed it down, and make it really last. But see how much of this ridge? I think what we need to do is take a dozer and just doze all this up, get all this extra dirt out of this waterway, and then really shape this up to be a berm, and then almost like a terrace or a dike inlet. Kind of that's what I'm thinking. But like I said, this is my first farm I've ever owned. I've ever had to make management decisions. What do you guys think? I'm a rookie, but I'm just happy that got done. Cool. But while I'm out here, let's do some digging. Yep, see how that's already got it germinating and sprouting? Where this one's hasn't even started yet, it's just barely starting. That is the difference right there between an open and enclosed seed trench. So yeah, so when you got an open seed trench, you just don't have good seed to soil contact. Stuff's not gonna sprout right away, and it's gonna really stunt that. Oh wow. But yeah, this used to be a swamp. I was walking through standing water before. Now I can walk right through it. No issues. Let's go over to the no-till, see how this field's doing. Right there, again, not good. Where the heck's this corn plant? There it is. Just starting to sprout. This will be a, wow, it's deep. Yeah, this stuff is in plenty deep, that's for sure. Yeah, I hate this. This is not good. I'm gonna take a picture. We're gonna talk to our dealer about this because this can't keep going. This is just a fun feeling. Very, very fun feeling. Spraying my own crop. Just cool. Loading up again. So the reason why I am rush trying to get everything caught up is because, as I've mentioned before, spraying crops is a very time sensitive thing for two reasons. One, when I have floater tires on, land auction, I wonder when that was. I think it already happened. Yeah, definitely already happened, May 11th. When you have floater tires on, or tires that aren't designed to go in between the rows, you basically go into a crop. That's just the name of the game. I have like 32-inch wide-ish tires, maybe 28. That's just impossible to be able to fit in between a 30-inch row. It's just impossible. So, therefore, I need to get all this stuff sprayed before the crop gets up. Because the quicker I do that, the less damage I'll do for the corn. But, from the flip side of things, getting your chemical on as quick as possible, getting that residual, curbs any chances of weeds to take into account after you work the ground. So that's why I'm kind of hightailing it to knock out as many weeds as possible. Cutting hay. We're going to be cutting some hay this afternoon, hopefully. Did I say Nathan be cutting hay this afternoon? How about cutting hay right now? Yeah, he's up here. The reason we're cutting this so early is because we're going to turn that into a bean strip. That way we can get this all back into production. There's Nathan right there. Cutting hay with our 2-year-old, 1-year-old New Holland disc vine. She's pretty mint. Nathan must be waiting for me. What do you think? Think I can catch him? I think I can. I go faster than him. I, in fact, did not catch him. Partially because these hills just suck. Woo! Slinging the hay. Waiting for Nathan to cut this so I don't run over any more hay. And here he comes. Waiting on you, Nathan. Can't get through until he cuts it. Now what would suck is if he has a rock in there and just launches it right at me. Alright, now we can go. So this is, like I said, gonna be beans. Just cutting her off. I'm gonna beat you, Nathan. Gonna beat you. No chance. I don't see any trees or anything. I literally just lost my GPS right when I get to the straight rows. And I literally have everything squared off. Cool. So that GPS quit. I'm going to try and just do a key cycle, see if that fixes it. Hopefully it does. So that key cycle did nothing, so I'm guessing that I have a machine issue of some sort. Well, no kidding, but... because I can still see satellites, the machine knows where I'm at, I'm going the right direction. So I don't know what to think. I texted my AMS guy, but it's a Sunday afternoon. I don't expect him to answer until tomorrow morning. So I'm just gonna do one more field and probably call it quits, because what we fixed yesterday, right there, same thing broke, right there. Yep. Fun. Well, hey, I'm not crazy, so I did text my AMS guy texted back. He says I'm the third person to tell him about this, so must be a Trimble thing, or basically whoever Case's satellite provider is Trimble for this, and it must be an issue on their end. So at least I'm not going crazy. There's nothing I did. Appreciate you working on a Sunday, Ryan. Neighbor with this 16-row planter. It's a white, planting into some very weedy no-till. He's gonna get that planted and sprayed off ASAP. I'm wondering if he's fighting the same thing, because I don't know why he'd be sitting unless he lost his GPS too. Because Ryan did say he's the third person. I'd be willing to bet money that's 2 out of 3 right there. Ha! That's funny, me and him. I mean, it's not funny because I can at least keep going, he can't. Or looks like he can't. Oof. Well, we got filled up one last time at the long farm. Curtis is gonna head south to the south farm to go drop the tender off there. I'm gonna go spray my field. I'm actually gonna take it home because, like I said before, that piece is cracked out, so we're gonna weld that tomorrow morning. So that's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna go home a little early tonight. Maybe go on a date with the wife, go to a movie. Garland, I've wanted to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3, so we'll see. Hopefully I can get to it. So I'm just out looking at the waterways I got. That's just all weed, so I'm just gonna kill that. But right here's got some grass, I think. Yeah, that looks like some pretty weedy too. I don't know, we'll see. Whatever's got grass, I'm gonna keep. Like this is all weeds, all weeds, all weeds. Here's some grass. I'm gonna keep this. Some of the things you take for granted, 100% auto steer, because it is a nationwide Trimble outage. So basically everyone who's running the same subscription as me can't work. So I tried to switch over to Wasp and that's not working either. So I'm just gonna send it manually. That's why I'm gonna have this thing. That way I can watch that, and we're just gonna try and manually send it. Hopefully it works. There's Curtis, it looks like. Gonna die weeds. A lot of quack grass in there. The shot I got on me right now, that should kill it all. Problem is I need to get some waterways on this farm. We put them in a couple years ago, and somehow along the lines I accidentally killed them all. Whoops, that sucks for us, mainly me. Well, so I lied. I was able to get the GPS going. Huge thanks to our dealership. We'll shout them out in a bit. But I haven't been able to film a whole lot because I'm trying not to run the boom in the ground because I don't have any height control right now. Or like actual height control. But you can kind of see this should be a waterway, but it's not. Yep. Not happy about it. Oh well. It is what it is, but now I gotta kill all these weeds that are growing in it. We'll check back in a week or so and see if it actually does the job. But we are just about done with this field. Got about 10-ish acres left. I was able to get this thing steering. Just huge thanks to Kunal Implement and Ryan specifically for getting me going. It's not the greatest steering in the world because it's on Wasp, which is the free signal. Like I think it's accurate up to like 8 inches, so I definitely cannot do waterways and stuff with it. But I'm at least able to go back and forth. I got a 10-inch overlap on my booms, so we'll be ready to go. I got 2 passes left, 3 passes. Well, my first field is well underway. The corn is planted. It's just starting to sprout. It'll probably be up in about 5 days, I would guess. Maybe a little bit less with the heat that we're gonna get. But the herbicide is officially on in a pass. So that basically means I spent tens of thousands of dollars gambling and hoping something grows. Not to mention the $750,000 to spend on the ground. That's besides the point. But hey, what's the American dream without debt and gambling? Well, there's my first field. Next time we'll be in it would be spraying it the second time, hopefully in about a month, something like that. In a month's time frame, the thing will go from little itty bitty seeds to about a foot tall corn plant, and that's about when we want to spray it, 8 to 12 inches tall. We'll see if I actually hit the timing like that, but time will tell. Now I'm gonna head home, and then head home. Man, our soybean stand looks like poop. Emergence is terrible. We're gonna have to look at doing something different next year, that's for sure. And looks like this field is not quite planted yet, but it is ready to be planted. So Pat's gonna tackle tomorrow, I bet. I'm guessing that's Patrick back there making dust. Can't quite tell yet, but I think that is him planting back behind the farm. Yep, there's the planter. He'll probably be shutting down here soon because it's graduation party season. Good farming buddy of ours right up the road their son's graduating. Well, we'll let this guy cool down for a bit, grab my stuff, pack it up. Kurt's gonna take me back to my car and we're gonna call her a day. Didn't get near as much done as I wanted to, partially because that thing broke. I'll show you guys that in a second. I only got, I think, 150 acres done today, which isn't bad for an afternoon for the amount of driving and crap ground that I had to spray, but still, could be worse. I wish it could have been better. Tomorrow's gonna be a much better day. I think we're gonna do 250 acres. That's my guess. Oh yeah. We are, I'm all done for the day. Go home, watch some Guardians of the Galaxy. Wife and I want to go watch number 3 at some point, but don't know if we'll get to it tonight because I won't get home till 7:30 now at this point, which isn't too bad. That's all right. Get the seatbelt on. And we'll head south. I'm gonna go shut the water off at the spray tender that Curtis dropped off for me. Hopefully that's about full, because that'll be nice to have full. That way I can have a good day tomorrow with it. Much better day than the last couple of days because where I've had to shut down because of stuff breaking. It's always cool. Let's head south. Let's go take a look. This stuff was planted 3-4 days before my piece, so I need to get this sprayed tomorrow because I bet your butt it'll probably be up. Let's go take a look. Trying to find an uncompacted spot. Go in a little ways. Right here. Probably don't have to go too far. Maybe. Try a new spot. I could enter a competition as the worst person at finding seed. It literally takes me forever. Why am I so bad at this? Could right hit the trench. We'll go out here a little bit. There you are. Seed's about ready to start shooting up. So we probably got a day or two at least till they start poking out of the ground, but I don't want to chance it. I want to get this sprayed tomorrow. So therefore, that's why the seed tender's down here. Or not seed tender, but the spray trailer's down here. One of Curtis knows that he has it tilted this way because this one has 4 holes, this one has 3 holes. So the it's not jacking even. Oh well. Well, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Appreciate you tuning in as always. I'll be keeping you guys updated once we open up the store for merchandise. That is gonna be coming at some point, whenever I find time, which is the hardest challenge. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, take care, take it easy, stay safe, and ta-ta for now.